to get pregnant. My kid will be the next ruler. I ignored her tantrum and started prepping for the wedding in 3 days. Bethany was right about one thing, the Snake clan was broke. I was afraid they couldn't even afford a dress, so I decided to get one myself. But that night, Xavier showed up himself, bearing my wedding gown. It was the first time I really took a good look at him. Pale, almost bloodless skin, slender eyes with a hint of authority, and unfathomable emerald eyes. A beauty mark at the corner of his eye added charm to his cold face. I opened the box. Inside was a floor-length, deep green gown shimmering with snake scales. I'd never seen anything so gorgeous. I was stunned. Ms. Scarlet, our clan's artisans hand-stitched this gown. The scales are blessings from our people. Xavier's gaze was deliberately distant, as if he wasn't the one about to marry me. This is the first human snake wedding. If we fall short, please let me know. Thank you. I love it. Just as I was about to put the dress away, Bethany sashayed in with Blake, a smug grin on her face. Scarlet, is that the only dress you have? Blake got me 10 dresses. Blake's eyes were full of love for Bethany. Bethany only knew that wolves were loyal, but didn't realize their loyalty was tied to biology and their obsession with offspring. If she couldn't pop out a kid, would Blake still be so sweet on her? Xavier's hand tightened on his snake staff. He looked up at me and said seriously, our clan has failed you. I promise I will never let you down. Bethany scoffed. Anyone can say pretty words. Let's see if you can even have a baby. Bethany was all about babies these days. Her inability to conceive last time was a thorn in her side, so she was fixated on getting pregnant, already camping out at Blake's place before the wedding. In a way, they were perfectly matched. When it came to breeding, focus on your own wedding. Bethany, I don't know. You're still trying to steal my man. I smiled at Bethany and Blake's sour faces and took Xavier's hand and left. Soon, Bethany was whining to Blake, muttering about pregnancy and babies. My dumb sister, she wasted another lifetime dreaming of rising to power through her son. Xavier's quiet voice broke through my thoughts. Scarlet, I know you didn't choose me willingly, but I promise I will never let you down. I turned instinctively at the voice, and I bumped into Xavier. A strange scent filled my nose. I looked up at him and said seriously, Xavier, I chose you, and call me Scarlet from now on. Don't be so distant. I saw a strange glint in Xavier's eyes. Okay, Scarlet. 3 days later, the weddings arrived as scheduled. Both weddings were held in the same hotel. This time, the wolf wedding was bigger than before, and even invited the reclusive Phoenix clan to perform. Major families were at their wedding. The snake side was rather deserted, with no extra guests, but the snake clan was excited. Marrying a pure human meant they could compete for the ruler position. I should have been sitting at the end with Xavier, but Bethany specifically asked Blake to seat me next to her. She wasn't going to pass up a chance to flaunt. She touched her belly and glanced at me provocatively. Scarlet, how come you haven't gotten pregnant after 3 months? I guess if you are not from the white family, you can't even have children. Half-breeds were special. They were born in 2 months. It was about a month. Bethany was getting chubby and her belly swelled. She didn't know that half-breeds were big, and if she didn't control her diet, she would suffer when she had a baby. Last time I tried to control my weight, but it still took a day and a night to give birth, and it hurt so much that I almost killed myself. But when I saw the baby born and sleeping in my arms, I didn't regret it. I picked up my glass and took a sip and said lightly, the shortest pregnancy in history has been a year. Sister, you only took 3 months. You are a prodigy. Bethany turned to stare at me, her eyes flashing with guilt. Scarlet, what do you mean? I tried to test and she panicked. Bethany still could not hold it. Congratulations, sister, on your childbirth. I toasted her and left with Xavier. A month later, Bethany was in labor. After 3 long days she finally gave birth, but 7 days passed and the wolves had not made the child public. Even my father was turned away when he went to the wolf clan to see Bethany there. Must be something wrong with this child. 2 weeks later, my father called me home, seeing Xavier's worried eyes. Before going out, I asked him to come home with me. In the living room, Bethany sat on the floor crying with a half-beast red wolf cub in her arms.